What up, y'all? It's your boy Prince Jonathan coming back for you for day 67 now. We getting close. So now we're on number 8 of JT's top 10 top 9 codependent traits and how it could possibly help you in your life. All right? Here's the thing. If you've been following along, go to coda.org. You can see the whole list of 55 traits on there and where they come from. Denial patterns, low self-esteem patterns, control patterns, and avoidance patterns. And did I miss one? No, I didn't. Compliance patterns. We're good. So today I want to talk about my 8th thing that I kind of stuck out to me as like, man, that's a big one. Obviously I have more than just 9 traits on here, but I'm kind of pointing out my biggest flaws and like where I'm learning to work on them and how maybe they can help you out. So number 8, it's kind of a twofer. All right, it's 2. It's number 33 and number 34. So freely offer advice and direction without being asked. And then the one right below it, which I was like, I can't leave with just that. Become resentful when others decline their help or reject their influence. Reject their advice. Whoa. Let me say that one more time. Freely offer advice and direction without being asked, and become resentful when others decline their help or reject their advice. That's what a codependent is like. Now let's look at what it's like to be on the other side, to be the recovered side, to be the side that I don't have to do all that. I give advice only when asked, okay? And I'm confident to see others take care of themselves. I'm content to see others take care of themselves. Let me say it one more time just so y'all have it. I give it advice only when asked, and I'm content to see others take care of themselves. Now this one plagues me right now because as a speaker, you kind of like already give advice without being asked. But in a small sense, you are asked because someone's asking you to be there. In this case, I'm challenging myself to do this, so it's like this was like to challenge myself and to help somebody else. But where I'm not falling into my trap is I'm not gonna get mad if you don't take anything I say. If no one watched any videos, I could be so proud of myself that it was like, dude, who else did 75 in a row? Maybe like a handful of people did more than that. That's fine. But the advice part, that used to be a problem for me because I would give advice. You know those people that would give advice and then you look at their life and it's like, do you take your own advice? Do you? Especially, this used to happen to me all the time. So I used to be a bodybuilder in college and I was getting it in, looking good, better, maybe a little smaller than I am now, but like looking good. And like I would have people just straight up out of nowhere give me diet advice. And I'm sorry, you weren't at 10% body fat like me. You cannot give me advice on how to shred for a contest. They'd be like, you know what you need to eat? You got to get your proteins up and then get the carbohydrates to move over here. And every once in a while you got to stick a dab of fat in there and there you go. I'm sorry, I wouldn't take their advice. And then they get mad at me because I'd still be doing something and getting results, but I wouldn't be taking their advice. I would do the same thing for people because now I had this information about fitness, so I would think it's okay for me to tell you something without you even asking. And now that I'm learned this, now I give advice only when asked. And I'll even set it up with like, hey, just real quick, I am codependent, so I need to just ask you, do you want my advice or do you want my 2 cents or do you want just me to listen? Do you want me to listen? And people go, I just need you to listen. I'll be like, fine, that's cool. Let's do this. I may have all the advice in here, but I'm gonna keep it quiet because I know that may be your time for you to vent. That may be your time that you're trying to figure it out. That may be your time that you just need. And for me, as a person that wants to give you advice, I can't give that. That's not my place. You've already told me no, or you've never asked for it. So I definitely don't want to disrespect you by giving you that advice. So I've had to shut it down. And if you know yourself as one of those people, you might need to shut it down and just be like, you're okay. And that goes straight into the next one. Be content with that other person. It's okay. They'll figure it out. People live their lives. People survive all the time. People live all the time. And it is totally okay. So what am I saying in my life where I see that? Is I would get really mad if I was like, yo, if you want to grow, I'm using fitness because that's what I know right now. If I was a millionaire, I'd be talking money. I'm not a millionaire. But if I was like, you know how to grow your lats? I know how to do that, where to squeeze, where to do that. And if you were like, I'm just going to stick to just these rows, that'll grow them. That will grow me my wide. And I knew that, I would get mad at you. I'd be like, why you know what, I don't even want to talk to you. We not lifting together. In fact, I'm gonna go over here, do my workout. You stay over there, do your workout. I've had to change the posture of my heart. I've had to go, you know what? Nah, I can't be mad at you because you didn't want my advice. That's fine. Maybe you were not meant to hear it at that time. All the parents out there know what I'm talking about. If you got kids, because I can relate in terms of my dad would say something, and then somebody else would say almost verbatim what he said, and I'd be like, you know what, you're right. I should do that. And my dad's over here like, boy, if I done told you 27 times. Because it's not the right voice all the time. And you can't get mad if you're not the right voice for that person. Let me say that again. You cannot get mad if you're not the right voice. We all have something in our ears that's like cue into what someone says. Maybe you're too close to me, so I don't take what you say. That like I perceive it as you judging me. Maybe this other person's just far enough away that's like, you have no reason to lie to me. Or you have no reason, you know, as the person getting the advice. So what I'm saying is, it's okay if someone doesn't take it and you recognize that you've said it. Let them have that moment and go, you know what? I'm actually happy you've gotten this far. That's fine. I'm really happy that you heard it from someone else and you were able to make a change in your life, especially if it's life-giving. So, my codependence, I'm still struggling with that, meaning I work on it actively. I'd be lying to you if I just said, oh, I'm perfect. I'm not. It's progression over everything. I've gotten a lot better, but there's always better to get. Because sometimes you might have a day where you slip up and you're like, I just gave advice freely and didn't need to do that. I got mad at them because I said that, and now Tony Robbins saying the same thing to them, but I said that to you a year ago. I still have my time. I still have my struggle. I'm a human being. But I know this about myself and I know this about you. You can overcome that. You don't gotta stay there. You don't gotta stay stuck. So as always, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I want you to be your best and I want you to succeed. And I want you to get out there and dominate the day.